Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest, almost ran out of breath there, video podcast. We've got a whole bunch to talk about, so let's talk about it. First up, as you know, Model Behaviour has 0 sponsors, and that's by choice. I don't want to sell out to the big corporations. I really do. But actually, no one's offering. So instead, this is completely viewer supported. So if you want to help out the channel with a like, that would be massively appreciated. And if you want to go one step further and join the old Patreon or become a channel member, well, you can do that too. The links for those are in the descriptions. But enough about all that nonsense. I will sell out. Hasbro, if you want to chill, I'm right here. I'm begging you. Or McFarlane, or anyone, just throw money at me. I'll take it. Model Behaviour is for sale. Just no one's asking. Nonetheless, though, I'm going to promote your products for free, such as the new Hasbro Star Wars Black Series. Oh gosh, I can see why no one's sponsoring me now. The Star Wars Black Series Holocom collection figures that have just been revealed. So these are going to be priced $34.99, available fall of 2023, which is pretty much now, I guess. And you can see that, they're figures that we're already familiar with, but holocron versions, which actually, it's kind of a fun gimmick because the bases light up. So you've actually got these light up bases that then project the light, as light up things do, up through the holocron type figure. So it does look like a proper light projection of these characters. It's definitely for the collector who has everything. Y'all don't need these. But what do you need? You need the planet, you need the earth beneath your feet, you need oxygen to breathe, a little bit of food, that's about it. And then on top of that, you need action figures. And these look fine. I mean, yes, it's gimmicky. I kind of feel like if these sell, this could be the new version of McFarlane's Jokerized characters, where it's like, well, we've got all these figures, we want to sell more, but we don't want to make any new things. Can we just release them in a different color? There you go. So yeah, you got these holocron versions coming out. It's a little gimmick, but really that's all it is. But it's not egregious. If you like them, buy them. If you don't, leave them collecting dust on the shelves. What ultimately is going to become of them? Well, only time will tell. But in the meantime, they just look kind of fun. And holy potatoes. Mattel have been busy with their Masters of the Universe line. Let's take a little look at some of these. This is going into 7-inch scale now. They're going a little bit bigger with some of these figures, but it's the same kind of Mattel Masters of the Universe looks and characters that you would expect, but just new glossy kind of versions of them. They look very bright, very just popping off the shelf, like the colors look very, very bold. But still, these ones you can see based off of the Filmation classic animated kind of series, but it's not the retro old Masters of the Universe type figures. These are just bigger, redesigned, again, brighter, more kind of primary colors, I guess. Honestly, that's my comment. Model Behaviour. We've given up with words here. We just look at pictures and make noises now. But yeah, they look a bit crap. Can I say that? They don't look great, do they? I mean, I think the original sort of carded retro ones looked better than this. So I don't know, guys. This is a bit of a tough sale for me. I mean, hey, look, I'm not a Masters of the Universe guy anyway, so this was never going to be overly appealing. These ones that are more in line with their Masters of the Universe Revelations type figures, these look like more of the same. So these are kind of more in line with what we had before, the weird cyborg-looking Skeletor, that actually looks pretty cool. These, I'm guessing, are straight out of the Revelations cartoon Series 2, which I'm really looking forward to. I know that first series of Masters of the Universe was contentious, I think is the best way to put it. It was a little contentious. Some people were not fans. Me personally, I had a really good time with it. I like that with this man-at-arms here, you've got a non-mustachioed face, so that you can kind of army build him as you might want to as a palace guard. And then we got He-Man with his battle armor. We got is it Triclops? I think it's Triclops. But now, this is interesting. We got ourselves a Masters of the Universe movie. Was it 1986? I think. We've got Evelyn. I mean, actually, I assume she's from the movie. Oh yeah, she's got the cosmic key. There you go. So yes, of course, this is from the movie. And that's actually kind of fun. I like that. A little soft goods cape as well. Yeah, they're all the classic packaging. That's pretty fun. And this is kind of interesting too. We've got Gwildor from the movie, and also the other character, or is he Gwildor as well? No, he's called something different. It's not Snarf, that's Thundercats. You know what? My mind, it escapes me. But having these as a 2-pack, that's kind of a fun gimmick. Although, I don't think Gwildor looks all that much like Gwildor from the movie, to be honest. It's not like they couldn't afford the likeness rights. I mean, it's a puppet. I mean, yeah, there's a man inside there. Well, I wonder if it was Troy Baker in there. Or Willow. What's his name? Oh gosh, it's gone. Who played Willow? I can picture him. Warwick Davis. There you go. It wasn't Warwick Davis, I don't think. Nonetheless, that's a tangent for another time. So yeah, He-Man fans, you're going to be dining well for the rest of the year. Or dining very poorly if you're spending all of your money on action figures. Eat a few vegetables too. Storm Collectibles are diving back into Gears of War with Dominic Santiago and Queen Mira. Both of these look really, really good. Like, I got to say, Storm, sometimes they hit it out of the park, and sometimes they don't. But this looks really impressive. The characters are kind of humanoid, but also way exaggerated. You see the jaw on Dominic? He's been taking a little bit of human growth hormone, hasn't he? Which actually makes sense for the super roidy Magoo looking characters of Gears of War. That actually makes a lot of sense. But Queen Mira, in particular, I'm not a Gears of War person. I haven't really played it, but the designs are cool. And this character, she looks like she's out of Zack Snyder's Justice League. You've got a kind of what's her name? Ursa from Man of Steel. That's the name of the Kryptonian lady, isn't it? And also a little bit of, what's the name of the guy from the Justice League movie? You know who I mean. Sounds like a band. Oh gosh, man, my brain is just not working for me today. What's the name of the guy with the horns? Steppenwolf. That's it. There is a band called Steppenwolf, isn't there? I'm sure. Regardless, these two guys, they're going to be $80 each and should be released around about the second quarter of next year. And honestly, if you're a Gears of War person, if you're a Cosmic Legions person, if you're just a person who likes badass looking figures, because also these would go alongside your McFarlane Space Marines, anything that's kind of cosmic, kind of mystical as well. I'm really impressed by these two. I'm not a Gears of War fan, but I'm a fan of cool looking action figures, and these fit the bill. Going back to Masters of the Universe now, but something that's pretty high end. Mondo have a timed exclusive Beastman on their website, okay? So this is only available until the 13th of this month. So the clocks are ticking, pal. Nothing like a time limit to get you to pass with your money, or part with your money even. But this Beastman, like, he'll do it. Look at this guy. Look at what you're getting as well. Yes, okay, it's expensive. I'm not even sure what the price is. It's about $200. I'm guessing it's about $200. But I mean, you're getting a lot of action figure here. This is 1/6 scale. So Hot Toy scale. He's a big beastie boy. Look at the size of this. This is huge. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do this in real time. I'm going to go take a look. Mondoshop.com. Let me see how much this guy is actually going to cost, because I want to find out more about this, because he looks amazing, to be honest. There you go, Beastman, pre-order now. How much is he going to go for? Okay, $275. All right. When I said 200, I thought that was going to be a bit too low, because he is a big boy. But then seeing just how big, honestly, 275 beans, I get it. I can see that. Yeah, I can see why that's $275. Look at this. It's the fur that does it, man. It really is. And I'm not going to complain about some prices and not others, and compare one thing to another, but this $275, if you've got it, if you're a He-Man fan, a Masters of the Universe fan, and you want the quintessential 1/6 scale Beast Man, I mean, look at this. I'm not even a big Masters of the Universe guy, but it just looks amazing. I imagine, like, if you don't have a collection of 1/6 scale figures, you could get this Beast Man and put him in your Mythic Legions as just a giant monster ogre creature. Oh, dude, the cogs are turning in my little noggin here. The hamster's running around on the wheel going, Dave, if you got this, you could do so much stuff with him. It doesn't matter if he's 1/6 scale. He could still work with so many things. And I hear that and I think, shut up, brain. I don't need something to spend $275 on, but dang it, if I had $275 spare, I would be tempted to spend it on this, because this looks like it would be money well spent. All the different pictures I'm looking at, each one, the amount of detail on the sculpting and the armor and the spikes and the fur. Oh, dude, I'm quite taken by this guy. I gotta say, I'm quite taken. You've only got a few days to decide if you want him. October 13th. Go on over to Mondo.com. Slap your money down. Get one for me. Go on. Not for me, but on my behalf. Get yourself a Beast Man. I think you'll be glad you did. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cyberzoic Kickstarter has launched, and buddy, it's launched in a big way. So we originally had Creatures of the Mesozoic, which was just dinosaurs. What's cooler than that? Dinosaurs with battle armor. And I'm going to go one little step further. Dinosaurs with futuristic cyber battle armor. Oh yeah. This is a fun looking Kickstarter right here. It's a busy time of year for Kickstarters. A lot of things going on, a lot of offers out there, a lot of people trying to get you to part with your money. So each one has got to be worth it. It's got to get your attention. These guys, they have my curiosity, but now they have my attention. And you've got 3 different big beasties to choose from, or of course you could go all in with the complete set, whatever it is that you want to go for. These are 1/18th scale. So the human characters that come with them, of course, they're a little smaller than your Marvel Legends, 1/18th as opposed to 1/12th. But then again, they need to be 1/18th scale, because if they were 1/12th scale, these things would be gigantic. Not only would they be impractically expensive, but they would just be dominating your shelves and taking up all the real estate that could otherwise be used with, anything else for your collection. But they do look really beautiful. I love all the lore that goes in behind this. I've spoken to the creator, David, a couple of times. Hopefully I'm going to get him on to actually have an interview, just telling me about this line. The dragon looks incredible. It looks stunning. And even at 1/18th scale, these beasties are huge. So go check out the Kickstarter. You can either get like a single figure or like a whole bunch. I realize like everything I'm talking about, it sounds like I've got a vested interest. I'm not. I want to see cool things sell, I mean, to be honest, I said some of the Masters of the Universe figures didn't look good. So there you go. A little bit of objectivity there. But yeah, these guys all together, they look really, really impressive. So this is a Kickstarter I'm going to keep a close eye on. Just in time for Halloween, Trick or Treat Studios have revealed their Dr. Loomis 1/6 scale figure. $200, and he's going to be arriving around about the second quarter of next year. And yeah, it's Donald Pleasant. Is it Donald Pleasance? Yeah, it's Donald Pleasant. I keep on getting confused with Donald Sutherland. But yes, Donald Pleasant from the Halloween movies. If you got a 1/6 scale Michael Myers, of course you're going to need Dr. Loomis to go on after him and talk about evil and the shape and all that kind of stuff. It looks like a pretty basic 1/6 scale figure, but that's all you need. Dude in a trench coat does what it says on the tin. So yeah, if you're a hardcore Halloween fan, well, this one might be for you. New NECA pre-orders are going up now as well. We've got Professor Burke from London After Midnight. NECA still leaning into their horror characters. They've kind of covered all the universal monsters. Now we're going a little bit more outside the box, but for any of you like real classic old school horror fans, London After Midnight is one of those real, it's an auteur's old horror movie from the long ago. So this is a fun little figure to add to your horror collection, and he does look suitably creepy. To be honest, I think there are creepier things coming up in these reveals. We're going to get to them shortly, but yeah, Professor Burke, I think it is here, that's his name. He looks very, very sinister. Again, one of those action figures that I don't want on my shelf. Freaks me out a bit too much. Speaking of creepy, we got a whole bunch of Pee Wee Herman stuff here. Pee Wee's Playhouse, or is it Playhouse or Funhouse? I wouldn't have any fun there. It would be a little bit, there's always seemed a little bit, I don't know. It felt like a weird fever dream seeing some of the Pee Wee Herman stuff that came out. We didn't get Pee Wee Herman on TV in the UK. I mean, don't get me wrong, we had a fair share of weird random nonsense, but Pee Wee Herman was never a thing. But you got the bobblehead there as well. Plus there's a few other characters from Pee Wee Herman as well. I think this Mystic Meg looking character in a head in a box. I think this fortune teller is also from Pee Wee's Funhouse as well. I'm going to say Funhouse. It probably is Playhouse. Whichever one it is, I'm going to be getting the wrong one. Pee Wee Herman, regardless. And yeah, it's for your Pee Wee fan, which I can't speak on. And then this thing, I mean, clearly it's from Pee Wee as well, but man, you guys were on some weird random stuff back in the day. And then we got the cartoonerized Toonie Terrors or Toonie Toys version of the Joker. I showed Superman in the last episode. Now we got Jack Napier. Is he canonically Jack Napier, or was that just the movie? I think that was just the Tim Burton movie. So we got Joker with his flower spitting out the Joker toxin, and then we got Superman as well. But we covered Superman, so we'll just look at Joker. But yeah, for a highly stylized, cartoony Joker with a removable hat and Joker playing card as well, he looks kind of fun. Loose Collector, who was responsible for this beautiful Mr. Hyde behind me, if you can see him. He is literally living up to his name and hiding. Nonetheless, though, he has previewed the newest figure from his collection, Carmen America. Never heard of this character before. From a comic line. It's not Image Comics, I don't think. It's a different comic line. You know what? Iconic Comics. That was it. There you go. This, I don't know the character, but I know that essentially what we're looking at is a super cheesecakey Miss America kind of figure here. I mean, clearly this is just a very small little sneaky peek at what he's putting together. But Loose Collector, like, you got my heart now, man. Now that I've got the Mr. Hyde, I'm all in. The quality has been proven to me, so I'm excited to see what else comes from this studio. And this Carmen America here, yeah, I might have to start doing a little bit of due diligence, a little bit of research, because I think I'm possibly going to want this figure in my collection. If they go super over the top, super cheesecakey, super fun, which it looks like that is going to be the case, then honestly, you're appealing to me. And there you go. I mean, what other audience do you need? Don't worry, I'm a big time influencer. If I tell people to buy it, you know they're going to take that to the bank. Of course, I say that in jest. I don't influence Jack. I can barely influence myself to eat healthily. I have zero influence, but I do love talking about things that interest me. And this kind of interests me. All right, time for a little sneaky peek. Snailshell, who made my awesome little wolf assassin figure, they are doing a pumpkin princess. So there's a few things here that I love and a few things that don't really tickle my pickle so much. Mostly, I love the fact that it's a Halloween themed action figure. You know me, I love everything spooky, ooky, and kooky. So Halloween, pumpkins, all that kind of stuff, it's great fun. But I've just never been a big fan of the anime aesthetic. Just never really done anything for me. Mainly because the figures I always find, like the bodies and the mech and all that kind of stuff, look super realistic. And then you got this really chibi, cartoony looking face, and I think it just doesn't really work for me. That being said, a cute anime girl riding a crazy looking pumpkin colored spider mech. Yeah, I mean, you got to have something in your heart to be able to appreciate that, because that is kind of awesome. And it looks like it's carrying a huge big meat cleaver sort of sword as well. I love the Halloween-y imagery, so that in itself carries this a long way. But I'm guessing it's probably going to be quite expensive, so I probably wouldn't fork out the money for it. But just looking at it here, it looks kind of cute. So I'll let you know when this goes up for pre-order, because I think this might have a few people interested. This is kind of fun. Beast Kingdom are doing Big Al from Big Al's Toy Barn, as featured in Toy Story 2, I think it was. So this is kind of the quintessential classic action figure shop owner, I guess. There he is with his Buzz, no, not Buzz, it's with Woody and the lady cowgirl. I forget her name. No, wow, I'm playing a shocker today when it comes for names, aren't I? Regardless, it's kind of fun seeing this character here. A few soft goods as well, and just as a cute, ridiculous little action figure, I kind of dig it. With his giant chicken suit as well for his advertising spot for Al's Toy Barn, I like it. So I'm guessing this is like a 1/118th scale, maybe? I can't see anything that denotes the actual size of this. I've only got the pictures. But Beast Kingdom, I mean, they do kind of dabble around that sort of size, so hopefully I can find out more information. But just looking at these and the accessories, and then there's something about a toy holding toys that just always tickles me. I kind of like that. I have a custom Dave Marvel Legend and I'm holding a little Ant-Man toy, and I love that. So that in itself is super fun. But yeah, this might be one for the more hardcore Toy Story fans. Shanghai Toy Fair is currently happening, and there's a lot of cool stuff being revealed there. And again, it's kind of annoying because it's all just, personal pictures being taken as opposed to press release ones. So we're only getting like a little sneak peek, but Cyber Universe, not to be confused with the legally distinct Transformers, are doing not Devastator. Let's call it that. I don't think they have an official name for it yet, but look at this guy. I love my third-party Transformers. I really do. I really do. And this looks incredible. So not Devastator, this giant combiner robot made up of, mixing equipment and, what am I trying to say? Like building vehicles and whatnot. But just look at this image here. Look at the way that the cement truck is making up his arm there, the left arm with the bulldozer like this. Oh man, I want to see this painted. I want to see it properly revealed, because these are the kind of things that really get me excited. And of course, with these pictures, you can't tell the scale. It looks like all of these pieces individually transform as well. Dang it. I mean, this puts Hasbro to shame, man. This is, I know you pay for what you get, but man, looking at something like this, I'd be willing to pay quite a bit for it. Not to be outdone, and bringing the official Transformers license, we have YOLO Park, and they're expanding their collection too. First of all, Shockwave, one of the most badass Decepticons. I always liken him to like Dark Beast from the X-Men. We've got this beautiful looking Shockwave here, going for that fantastic mix of slightly animated look, but also like sort of Michael Bay-ish, but without being crap. That's what you want. You want like a real world version of the classic G1 style, and that's what we've got here. So the gimmick with YOLO Park is that they're not model kits, but you get like the basic body, and then it comes with all the armor pieces and stuff that you put on, and normally you pop the arms and legs in as well. So there's a little bit of model making, but not really. It's just kind of a gimmick. It's a bit like a giant Kinder Egg. And then of course they're all painted and whatnot. So that looks beautiful, man. It really, really does. And then, of course, we've got what's listed here as Optimus Prime. Also, I say it's like not the Michael Bay ones, but this is from the Bumblebee movie. But the Bumblebee movie specifically went back to more classic styles. And with that, we've got Optimus Prime, a purple variant, which is kind of like the Shattered Glass Optimus Prime, the evil alternate dimension Optimus Prime. I'm pretty sure that's what they're going for. In fact, it looks like his right chest mirror is cracked. So I think that is the Shattered Glass version. And then if that's not your preferred evil Optimus Prime, we've got the Nemesis Prime, which again, it's listed here in the card. What else does it say? Something in Cantonese. But it says Optimus Prime, but it's a black Optimus Prime, which is Nemesis Prime. So that's another cool one as well. YOLO Park, I'm liking what they're doing. I've played around with the Bumblebee Optimus Prime. That's a really good quality figure. So these guys, they're bringing some heat. And I'm going to be interested to see particularly Shockwave. I'd like to get him in hand. And we're not done with third-party Transformers yet. Collection Space have shown proper actual models of something that we teased on this channel quite a long time ago. And that is their sort of sexy female stylized Bumblebee. And yes, that might sound like a weird sentence to say, sexy female stylized Bumblebee, but then you see these pictures and you run out of breath talking about them. But is it going to surprise you that I say that I really love the look of this? Oh, that's a little preview. We're going to get to that later. So yes, we have silly cheesecakey Bumblebee, and I'm totally down for that. So, oh gosh, that mouth. Guys, like, I'm all into leaning into the cheesecake, but y'all gotta show some restraint. Come on now. What, let's move on from that. There you go. That's a more respectable face sculpt. So yeah, she actually transforms. That's the really impressive thing. You got this great looking humanoid robot that actually transforms into a really impressive looking Bumblebee car right there. That kind of blows me away. And you got a smiling face as well. So two out of three are respectable faces. But yeah, I really, really dig the look of this. I'm looking forward to seeing a painted version, because this is cool. And guys, stop. I always want to talk to the manufacturers. It's like, look, we get that it's cheesecakey. You don't have to lean that far in with the with the photos. But I mean, it's cool. I love this stuff. You're literally watching me mark out for this in real time. I dig it. And then we got this preview here, which of course is going to be a chibi gender flipped Starscream, and I'm here for it. So hopefully I'll be able to find these guys in Japan when they come out, because I mean, come on, the pervy Transformers, it's what this country was built on. So yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out for these. These look super fun. D20 Studios have shown off their 1/12 scale Griffin that they're working on, and geez, man, I know that so many of the items in this episode are work in progress and teasers and things like that. So it is, as the name implies, a bit of a tease, but man, come on, it's fun to get excited. And look at the size of this thing, and look at the paintwork on the prototype. It just looks gorgeous. The biggest problem we have right now as action figure collectors is that there's just too much stuff. There's too much stuff looking for our money, and there's only so much that we can spend. But dang it, folks, the size of this thing looks ginormous. You know this ain't gonna be cheap. This is going to be expensive, but man, it looks like it's going to be worth whatever they're charging for it. I just think this looks so gorgeous. So yeah, more to come of this as more official pics and information is released. But in the meantime, to whet your appetite, well, I think it ought to be pretty darn wet by now. That sounds weird. And to wrap up the action figures, we're going to go over to Storm Collectibles again, not with the official reveal pictures, but with some more snapshots taken from Shanghai Toy Fair. And man, I really wish I was there, because first of all, we got this Blanca here. I've been looking forward to seeing Blanca, or Blanca, however you want to pronounce his name. I've been looking forward to seeing how Storm would tackle this as soon as they started doing the Street Fighter characters. And now we see this, and yeah, looks brilliant, looks really great. And again, I'm not being a fanboy, because they're Morrigan. Whew, no thank you, sir. But this, I gotta say, I think the face looks a little too human for me. I would like a slightly more animalistic kind of face, but that's just me. That's how a player's gets to be, and that's the aesthetic that I like. But what they've chosen to go for here still looks great, man. It really does. So I'm excited by this Blanca. Again, I could just get him. I'd be tempted to just get Blanca, just for the sake of having that figure, because he looks like a great figure. But that's not all. Look at this again. Look at this. Are you looking? Look at it. He looks great. He's even got like a widow's peak kind of hairstyle. I used to have a hairstyle like that until it just fully receded into just a balding 40-something. Now I just do without hair. Baseball caps all the way. And Fei Long as well. They're showing off Fei Long, full-on anime Bruce Lee. I love it, with the nunchaku as well. That's another... Am I going to have to finally start collecting Storm Collectible Street Fighters? I think I might do. If I can get that Ken and Ryu 2-pack, that's going to get the ball rolling. Or you can go super modern with Street Fighter 6 Ryu, who again, he looks really great as well. I really do love what Storm Collectibles are doing here. They don't always hit the mark, but these Street Fighter figures look like a lot of love. And then we got Luke, who's like the new protagonist of the Street Fighter series. I don't know if he's going to have the longevity of other characters. Probably not, if history is anything to go by. But hey, look, he ain't hurting nobody. You can get him if you want with his floppy hair and his zip-up hoodie. Then we've got the aforementioned Morrigan, who's not a terrible figure. I just think the eyes and like the bathing suit look, I just don't think it doesn't quite work. And then Skullomania. Dude, this is ridiculous. This always makes me think of La Parka from WCW, and is it AAA that he was in, or CMLL? Either way, Skullomania from the much maligned Street Fighter 3D games. I'm surprised that we're getting him. I wouldn't have thought he was high on the priority list, but there you go. He's actually kind of fun to look at there. Just a spooky, kooky skeleton man. That's a lot of fun with that gimmick. Then we got some other King of the Fighters characters. I think it's King of the Fighters. I do get a little bit spotty with my fighting game knowledge outside of like the hardcore mainstream titles. But these, yeah, you can take a look. At least they have the name tags. Thank goodness. That does help old Dave out here. Confused, doddery old 40-something Dave. I can start leaning into my age now. If ever I get confused by something, it's like, well, I am getting up there in years. And we got Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star, which is a funny one because I don't like the proportions of this character. I think they're all a bit odd and a bit off, but also that's how he looks. In the anime, in the comics, this is how he is drawn. So even though I might not like the style of the head and the chin and the lanky legs, like it looks odd, but also they've nailed it. It looks odd because that's what they were going for. So I give them props for that. And then we got some more pictures of the Gears of War characters that we were talking about earlier. And yeah, they look good. I don't know who these guys are. What does that say? Tyler, Warriors of Future. Not familiar. There you go. I need to learn something else. Warriors of Future action figure pending approval. No, that's these are news to me, so I'm going to try and look into those a little bit further. Then we've got Battle of the Planets there as well. Another look at Morrigan. The Getsu, what's it called? Getsu something or other. I've got the game. I've got the game on my Switch, and I can't remember the actual name of it. But yeah, there you go. And we're back to Blanca. What I'm trying to say is, Storm Collectibles, you're doing good. You're doing good. Now, finish your Mortal Kombat line, for goodness sakes. And you know what? I'm bringing Cosplay Corner back, because a few people said, hey Dave, what happened to Cosplay Corner? And I thought, you know what? Let's have some more fun with that. So today's Cosplay Corner artist is Kalinka Fox. If that was ever a James Bond villain name, yeah, that's a good one. Kalinka Fox, would you care to have a drink, Mr. Bond? Look, I mean, do pictures speak for themselves? Yeah, I think they do. I think the word of the day for this episode is cheesecake, and it ain't slowing down now. Kalinka, she ain't bashful, God bless her, but also she puts together some freaking impressive cosplay costumes, and it's not just all lingerie. There's some actual, character cosplay going on here. A little bit of Power Girl, bit of Wednesday Addams. It's not just purely titillation. It's mostly titillation, actually. But you know what? I'm fine with that. More power to you. So, Kalinka Fox on Instagram. Go give her a follow. The poor girl only has 500,000 followers. I mean, come on. We got to get the ball rolling on this. Sprinkle some of that model behavior pixie dust over there. But yeah, go give her a follow. Or don't. Just look at the pictures. That's what we're here for. And also coming back to the channel is Custom Corner. And this is a creator that genuinely I've been meaning to cover on here for a long time, because I've seen him posting on a lot of Facebook groups, and I'm never short of blown away by the work that he does. So basically, any action figure that you could imagine, he's probably done. I don't know how this gentleman is so prolific. You go and look at this Instagram page, and he has made hundreds and hundreds of customs. Each one looks like countless hours have been poured into them. And what's so much fun going through tons of these is that you can pick apart what base models and what lines have been used to make these custom figures. I can pick out a lot of McFarlane. That's a weird pronunciation. McFarlane. Get your McFarlane nuggets. But yeah, McFarlane toys, they seem to get a lot of love here because they probably do make great highly detailed bases, because that's something I always found with McFarlane figures. The actual sculpting, the detail on armor and stuff is gorgeous. It's just often sometimes the faces or the paint jobs, I feel kind of let them down. But then when you get someone who's got the skills to pay the bills, and then also what I really love is that he does a bit of a Mezco kind of thing, where he'll take the classic concept of the character, just spat on the microphone there. I shouldn't have even mentioned that, you didn't see it. Big old gobber spit came out. Isn't it bad when you're talking to someone and that happens and you both have that moment of, shall we acknowledge this? No, let's carry on. Anyway, yeah, it's just beautiful because it's the classic designs of the characters, then just zhuzhed up and changed and altered a little bit to just look a bit more unique and maybe more gritty or detailed or real-worldy. I love it. I could just spend hours going through this guy's page. But we're not going to do that. Instead, you can do that in your own time, but make sure you carve out some time to do it because it may take a while because it's just a treasure trove, man. Arrow underscore custom underscore figures. Wow, easy for me to say. Regardless, pictures do more than my talking does. Go check him out. Genuinely, this dude does amazing work. And finally, I do still occasionally throw in these and finally segments. Rob Liefeld has taken an interesting, probably friendly shot at Jim Lee by doing his own Wolverine art. And he's put the comment, Jim does not draw a better Wolverine. At best, equal. You guys who bend the knee at everything Jim does are blinded by your childhood nostalgia. Well, I'll let you guys be the judge. I'm not going to say my opinion. I think it would be a bit mean if I did. I'm going to let you assume what you want to assume. But honestly, if I was going to try and convince people that I was a good artist, the last thing I would do is compare my artwork side by side with Jim Lee. That's never going to give you favorable comparisons. But there you go. Rob Liefeld having a bit of fun, and hey, that's what this business should be about. And gang, that does it for Good News for today. What did you think about the topics covered? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons, or just the like button. Come on, I mean, who shares these videos? No one, you don't share these videos, but I've got it so ingrained in my head to say like, share, and subscribe. But there you go. Just give the old thumbs up, would be really appreciated. It helps the algorithm, apparently. And also, if you want to toss a couple of bucks my way, help keep the lights on and help me not sell out to companies that are not asking me to sell out, then you can do by going to patreon.com/displaying-model-behaviour. If you toss a couple of bucks my way, it just allows me to buy more action figures, and that keeps the passion going, that keeps the videos coming, and the world keeps on spinning. So gang, thank you so much for watching, and until next time. Ow. That hurt. I'm not going to edit that. Keep displaying model behavior. I caught myself right on the bone there. I've not done that before. Ow. Keep displaying model behavior.
Coffee. Big time coffee.